So, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dinner Convo. We're back again after how long? How long have we been out? I mean, like
I
from
think
Zoom?
5 to 6 months. I
Five to
mean, it
six
was
months.
summer the last time. It's now winter in Bangladesh.
Exactly. Oh my God, it's been
It's
so
been
long
that
without
long.
you guys. It feels really good to be
Exactly.
back. I mean, like, I mean, I hope you guys felt the same. Being away from you guys so long has actually made me value the importance of silence. Doesn't make any sense, but I make weird connections. And before we move on, check out our other videos. Our previous episode, the variety show episode, we had ramen. We did a ramen challenge. Harden danced too. It was amazing. Not just Harden, a lot of other people.
Spoiler alert. You should check it out.
Right, so moving on, let's introduce our next guest. Our next guest actually deserves a different type of introduction. I mean, he's such a special dude. Right, Fadin, prepare your sheesh mobile.
Hey man, what's going on? Thank you guys so much for having me. We out
Yeah.
here. Sheep.
Oh, from the man himself. Oh my
First
God.
of all, I need to ask you, did we embarrass ourselves or was it a good attempt?
I think that was pretty solid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I
You
think
don't have to
guys
be
killed
nice,
it.
man. I know we messed it up. But the moment we see this, I'm definitely, I swear to God, sometimes when the video comes up on, like, mom and dad are very supportive about this. Whenever they watch my video, I don't come near the room because I was like, it's like so damn embarrassing. It's like, what am I doing? But at the end of the day, it does feel kind of good doing this and meeting amazing people like you. Thanks for being here. Before we start, though, there's a short disclaimer. We have this dinner table of ours is that this experience will be one of the worst experiences of your life. But one thing we guarantee is, since this is one of the worst experiences of your life, anytime you have another worst experience, you'd be like, okay, I went to the dinner convo. I can definitely go to this. So we're actually building you up for the future if you talk about that.
Okay, I get you.
Right. So before we start, once again, a moment of silence for Mike, the milkshake man from the bottle flip video, who actually sacrificed his shed. Mike, your sacrifice will forever be remembered by King Vader and his crew, and also Fadin and I, and all the other Dinner Convo members. And as we seem to start from the beginning.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Let's talk about the bottle flip video. How did you come up with that? That was a thing back then, and like,
Yeah.
how did you make it with that? Like, tell us about it.
So-
It's really interesting.
Thank you. When it came to that concept, it was really like it was interesting how fast that moment happened versus like how it affected, the rest of my life. So it's like that day I got all my team together with graphic, we're meeting at this community college I'm going to at the time, and we're just filming videos all day. Like we filmed like, my goal, I was like, I need to leave here with like 5-6 different skits, you know what I'm saying? So this was one of 6 different skits that I filmed that day, so I had no idea that this was the golden one, I didn't know, so I'm just making these skits, and a lot of them actually did really good that day. And, my friends, they're making skits, and, I was like, yo, I have this idea. I'm like, at this time, this is when flipping water bottles was like it was truly a talent, like I saw like world star videos of people like flipping it at talent shows, actual talent shows, outside in front of groups and people. It was just a reaction of, if this bottle lands like this, everyone freaks out, it's like magic, and then doing it in my house, I was like, okay, this is actually difficult. This isn't an easy task. So my concept was like, how do I turn this into like a skit? How do I bring that into this world? Where does that make sense? And then I'm like, where would flipping the ball be most impressive? I'm like, a job interview, you know? I'm like, because you know, you do your job interviews, but then there's that moment when they ask, like, okay, I understand all that you can do, but you got any special talents that we should know about, you know? And that's kind of where it came up, you know. So seeing the hype of the water bottle flipping and World Star, and then you know, molding this idea around that. That's how the idea came about. And I remember being in we walked into that office room. That's actually just like a computer study room in a college, you know, in the library. So that's a, you know, no one, I don't know if people knew or not, but um so I bring everyone in there. I pitch to them the idea. I'm like, yo, this is what I want to do. You know, asking if I have any special talents, I'm gonna flip the water bottle, and the room's gonna go chaotic. You know, I look at my boy Matt. You know, Matt Tavern. He's the guy who the coffee. You know, the infamous. You know, so he had coffee in his hand. He brought it to the set. It's the only man there with coffee. You know, he just needed the coffee. So you know, I'm pitching the idea, and I look at him. I'm like, hey Matt, in this video, I'm gonna need you to spill that coffee everywhere. He was like, huh? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, listen, what if I told you that this video was gonna get like 100,000 views? He was like, okay. He said, make it 200,000 views. I said, I could do that. Little did I know that this video was gonna be my most viral video at the time. So you know, we finish it up. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, this is a dope video. And I used the song I Am the One Gonna Take, because at the time that was like one of the hypest songs ever. You know, I knew that when that ball hit, it needed to be a banger song, and that just happened to be the one we landed on. But you know, I remember posting that video, and on Vine, when your video, you know, because they count your views in loops, how many times someone watches your Vine over and over. And when your video loops so many times, like usually it loops like, you know, 20 times at a time, or maybe 100, you know, this video was looping by the thousands. Okay. So I was like, huh, this is different. Huh? This is interesting. When your video's like really looping fast, they add a fire logo next to it. Like it's on fire, it's flame. And I thought that was the coolest concept ever on social media. And like, I never had a video on fire for this long. It was on fire for like a week straight, and it was scary. And like, you know, I didn't know what I did, you know, because I was just creating, I was flowing, you know. I tell people all the time, you can't predict a blow up, you can't predict a viral video, you know, and trying to seek to do so is always the wrong approach. You shouldn't seek to go viral. You should seek to like just create what you love. If it happens to go viral, it goes viral. But eventually people are going to appreciate the work you're doing anyway. So just, you know, do what you love always. And that was always the model for me. And, you know, this is just one of the videos that I loved, and it blew up. So it's blowing up, it's going viral. I remember someone was like, yo, the video's on television. I'm like, what? I'm like, stop playing. The video's on television. Y'all playing with me, man. Never been on TV in my life. They say, yeah, it's on Comedy Central's Tosh.0. Now I'm someone who knows exactly who Tosh.0 is. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the shows. I'm like, where does my video even fit on the Tosh.0 show? Like, is he roasting me? What's happening? So I go on the episode, the exact episode, and he does a water bottle flip segment. This was just all happening at the same time. And so it's a montage of like water flipping and all that. And my video is the end, and it's like everyone's flipping it normally like World Star videos. Mine's is like a whole production skit. And it felt so weird, but it was perfect. And he made like a little joke about it. And I was like, wow, you know, and that was like a moment. It was a big moment for me, you know, to see myself on that television. Because what I did after that too was I remember like probably the next day I brought my mom into the living room, and I showed her me on television. Your son is on TV doing a skit, something he loved, something he created, you know. And this was at a time where, you know, I wanted to chase my dreams, but my parents was really hard on, you know, you need to get a job, you need to go to college, you need to, you know, go into sports, you know. And it wasn't like they didn't believe in me, but it was like there was no proof to believe in, you know. So I'm just talking now. So when I showed her that on television, after that was it. You know, she was full on board on the mission, and now we're in California, and I'm still chasing my dreams. So, you know, that is the water bottle flip story.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
The best
That
part
was
is,
a great.
it's really an amazing thing to show your parents are particularly proud when they see you on the television screen. That's like amazing, man. Great job. Congrats. You've
Yeah.
come a long way from
And
the
it's crazy. And it's crazy how challenge like a bottle flip challenge can, change your whole career, your whole life. That was actually
Yeah,
amazing.
man. And honestly,
So,
it could have had one. It's just
yeah,
about your energy and your passion and your drive about what you're going into, you know? So
yeah, absolutely. Looks like we need to always have a Starbucks coffee with us, so we can get that idea and start it.
and you never know.
you never know. Exactly.
So,
Exactly. That's the
yeah,
thing.
exactly. So, Vader, your real name is Dominique Barrett, and you use your name in YouTube and all stuff like King Vader. So, is it true that you were inspired? The King Vader name was inspired by King Bat?
100%. So back on Vine, before I even started creating content, I spent a year just watching other creators make stuff, you know. I didn't really have a place yet. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I should download Vine, and then I'm like, oh, it's funny videos on here, you know. So I spent a year just watching, and then there was a point, you know, during this watching, I'm watching creators like King Batch, Daystorm, Lean V, Westgood, Splack, Melvin Gregg, all the goats, Alpha Cat, you know, all the goats, right? And these are the people who inspired me to, instead of just being like a watcher, you know, actually become a creator, take that step forward. So after that year, I pushed myself to create content. But before I can create content, I need a name. I'm saying I need a name. I can't just be username 34716. You know, I need a name, you know. So I always loved Star Wars, and I loved you know, the character Darth Vader. Thought he was awesome. Look at him. The man's amazing. He still is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Where's the Darth Vader movie? A solo film. If they don't make it, I will.
Maybe you can,
Yeah.
if Netflix is watching this, which they might, because you're in partnership with Netflix. No, that Vader standalone movie, featuring King Vader. I mean, he has the same name, so why not? No, why not?
Why not? Why not? So then when I decided to like make a name, like, you know, I was kind of playing around with the name Vader. You know, I went to school. I was trying to get people to call me Vader. They said no. Your name is Dominique. I said, okay, you're right. All right. So when I went to Vine, and I finally made the decision, you know, I really just paid attention to King Batch, and I was just like, wow, like the way like he moves on social media, the way he's consistent, the way he like, you know, he's really a leader, you know, out here doing things, and he's pushing the generation. And you know, I'm like, damn, like, you know, I want to move like a king, like, you know, like a king does. I like that. So I told myself, if he could be King Batch, then I could be King Vader. And I wrote that username, and from there, it was just about creating my own legacy.
Absolutely amazing. Well, that's a great story. I mean, I don't like remember like how you did. I now remember that how we named our show the Dinner Convo. I mean, it was a mess. Like we were in a, like a worrying situation. Like, what should we name our show, and what should it be like to make this different? Yeah. So yeah, then we came up with this.
Yes, sir.
We came up with a unique name, but our show's no different. It's kind of similar to what other people do. But yeah,
Well,
but then again, every day we're learning new things and trying to implement new things. Before it used to be a podcast, now it's like a variety show because we do a variety of different things. You know, it's more suited to the style. And
yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of, like your King Thrash and Darren, one thing that I'm excited about, recently your Witcher series came out with Netflix streams. So the Netflix streams partnership with the recent Witcher episode that came out, which actually, the show looks stunning. Your editing is the team, and the Wolf Graphic team is just mind blowing. It's just, you can't say that this is coming from, this is actually not a huge, big budget Marvel film or something like that. You can't really distinguish. It's actually, it's quite amazing how you guys managed to pull it off, and because what's even more surprising is Fadil and I, a lot of us are actually spending our time watching Netflix while you are out here making videos for Netflix, which is very cool. So talk to us about. I'm specifically interested. Like, I think we want to know is the moment you got the message or the call from Netflix saying it's happening? Like, how did you feel?
It was a lot to process, to think that Netflix is contacting us, that we're about to have a meeting, we're about to sit down in the Netflix building and talk about anything is mind blowing. Here I am, kid born in Chicago, raised in Maryland, started on this little app named Vine, and just worked my way up there. And then I lost all my followers because the app, is shut down. And then I started over and I kept pushing until, I pushed myself on YouTube and Instagram, but on YouTube specifically to make long form content. And I did that because, eventually I want to create big films and theaters and things like that. But it's like, how can anyone, how can people believe in me if I don't prove that now? You know what I'm saying? So, I knew that I needed to sharpen my skills and I needed to really push myself out there. So I started to do that, with longer skits such as Hood Naruto, the movie, and The Matrix Reborn, and Don't Disrespect Halloween 3 and 4, and just, really, showing that range of things that I can do, and also showing that I can, make these long form content and still hit these numbers and still bring fresh ideas and all of that. And, out of nowhere, I find myself in the Netflix building having a conversation about the future. And, we're still talking, because I'm still young in this film industry game, so it wasn't direct, like, okay, here's a full Netflix, show, like, run with it. It was like where's the middle, because what I'm doing hasn't really been done the way I'm doing it. And if I do it in the way, and it, because I'm very ambitious and I know what is meant for me, and I know what type of work is going to be required to get that. And as of now, I'm still sharpening that blade. But we landed on Netflix Dreams, which is a mini series where I get to explore the worlds of Netflix originals through my dreams. I get to live in these worlds and create new stories. And that just, it's like the ultimate tip of the hat from Netflix, like it's the blessings. Like, we trust you guys to do what you guys do. Just do what you guys do, And a lot of people can view it like, oh, like, you guys aren't on the platform. It's like, but we're working with Netflix directly, and it's like Netflix believes in us. And it's like, you never know what is going to come from this. And how I view it is, I'm extremely thankful. And I also view it as like constantly being able to prove myself as that filmmaker, as that director, as that actor, as the entertainer. And we get to bring in so many talented people and put them in the spotlight as well. And that to me is a dream. It's a Netflix dream. And I'm really happy to be doing it. And it just blew me away. And sometimes I move so fast in it that I don't even get time to stop and really look around, like look at what's going on right now. I'm always thinking like 5 years ahead of myself. But I was blown away. I couldn't express it at the time, but I was shaking, I was like, whoo, this happening, huh? But yeah.
Amazing. That's really great. I mean, thought itself of collaborating, or being in a partnership with the biggest streaming service in the world, and being able to do what you love doing, clearly, is just amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's great. And
I can only imagine how it would feel like if you had your own Netflix show. I mean, even the thought of it just has goosebumps.
I mean, we're coming up with ideas. A standalone Darth Vader film. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's great.
So,
Netflix, you better take note.
Yeah, absolutely. So Vader, we recently, or should I say, we all know about the Hood Naruto movie,
yes,
where
sir.
you have also, and Fahim actually did sort of that dance. I don't know if that was even
Let's not
correct or
talk
not.
about this. Yeah, but we'll
Yeah,
move past
so
that.
that
I don't even know
legendary
what's
dance,
going on.
and it's just, I mean, whenever I look at that video or watch back, it's just absolutely amazing, that legendary dance. I mean, you know,
I do want to add though. I'm sorry if to interrupt, Fadin.
yeah,
The Hood Naruto, the first video you did, where Goku and Trunks appeared too.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like we were much younger back then, and back then, Dragon Balls is still the thing, but
Yeah,
back then it was like a bigger thing, and and I was like, oh my god, this dude made a video about Naruto and this Dragon Ball Z characters
yeah.
that we freaked
A crossover
out.
we
I'm like, that was
always
big.
dreamt about.
That was
you
so
know?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Exactly. It was like very nostalgic.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So my question to you was, how did you come up with this legendary dance? You know, with like
So
the
the thing about the dance, it's like it's like I kind of always express myself on Vine through dance and through movements, because back on Vine I didn't really talk as much. I was more like something would happen, I'd make a face, explosion or whatever. Like I never really found the time within the 6 seconds to give like full long dialogue. So I was just like, and I like that my content was able to kind of go around the world that way, because there wasn't it wasn't a language barrier. It's like everyone can enjoy this content and just enjoy it at its base value. And I've always kind of been dancing in my videos, and it just kind of came natural. Like, whenever I hear a beat, it's just that's the first thing I'm doing, So then I'm like, I want to bring that into my content. And then the idea of like adding an edit to, track our movements, that just kind of came along over time. Something about the original, well, that's technically Naruto Part 3. Part 2 and Part 1 are like, they're deep in the world. If people find them, then they find them. But Part 3 actually was going to be called an anime dance battle. That was the original title for it. I even know it was going to be Naruto at first. But like, I remember bringing all these people out, shout out to the boy Nan Pie Kid, Nan Pie Kid. Don't want to disrespect the boy Dan. But he, hitting them up to play the boy Sasuke. And getting all these people. Caleb pulled up. Everyone pulled up. It was nuts. And like, I remember showing them the beat and telling them like, we gonna be dancing, we gonna be having a good time. And that was just a vibe. It was just real fun on set. I knew I wanted Goku, and I knew I wanted the Dragon Ball Z cameo. So they popped up at the end, and then making it look like it was gonna be a face off, and then of course we got back to it. And like after that it blew up. Everyone's like freaking out. I remember I posted on my Instagram, and like so many people, like I just posted a teaser, and like everyone was commenting like, oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. I dropped it the next day, and it just blew up. And that's it was some point during the editing when I decided like, okay, this is gonna be Hood Naruto. And then after it blew up, I was like, okay, we gonna do another one. So I made part 4. Part 4 was Naruto versus Pain. That was crazy. For that one, we did a crossover with My Hero. Had the boy All Might pop up and say, I am here. And it was cool because it was right when Pain was saying almighty push, and then All Might pops up. I just love that play on words. But they pop up, everyone's dancing at the end. I actually really like that one. That one had more special effects. It was more motion, and ninjas was popping up. The Nine-Tailed Fox popped up. They popped up a summoning beast. It was cool. And then after part 4, I'm like, they really like Naruto. So like, how can I, because this is when I started to realize like I want to do more, I want to expand. So then that's when I made Naruto the movie. And we had this little plot, we had some more fighting, and then of course we had to end it with an epic dance battle with Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, basically the Leaf Village versus Madara and Obito. And and then it felt really right. I really do love Naruto the movie, and it has inspired me to make an official Hood Naruto Part 6 that will be dropping this year. I'm actually going to be entering the Boruto arc, so it's gonna be cool.
Amazing. That's some exclusive sneak peek. Thanks for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's some yeah. And this goes on to your motto, which I remember you saying once. You said that your next video is your best video.
Yes,
So
sir.
this aligns with your motto. Right. So far, guys, the people here, we've all enjoyed what you had to say. It's like there were like so many different aspects to it. We were laughing at times, and then we were inspired by some of your words. There's like the mix of emotions. It's like amazing. But since this is a dinner table, we aren't just going to talk. And since we realize Father and I are extremely boring hosts, it's about time we spice things up with our Why Wait segment. The Why Wait segment. So Why Wait segment is a bunch of games that we've created specifically for the guests coming to our show. It's one general game, and the other is somewhat linked to the field or your interests. The field you are from or the interests. The first thing that we are going to do is something we call the rapid fire round. It's pretty self-explanatory. 90 seconds, answer as many questions as you can. And and the questions range from being very dumb, such as what is your name or what the heck is Farden doing here, to something really interesting, such as we'll see. Okay, so
Gotcha.
every episode from now on, we decided, since this is a dinner table, and you're a guest, you deserve to be rewarded. Every episode, we've decided to give our guests a gift. So today's episode, the King Vader. First of all, how many questions do you think you can answer?
90 seconds?
Yeah, 90 seconds.
Like 90?
Wow. All right. That's not one fact. I don't
One
think we
per
even have that
second. You have to be very quick with the questions then.
Man, a
Got
question,
you.
even if I say like, what's your name? That takes like 2 seconds. So
I got you.
I always, if you're able to get 90 questions, as you said, your reward is the love from the Dinner Convo team, because nothing is more precious than love. Few things are more precious than love.
If Vader can actually get 90 questions, it should be a Guinness record rather than our gift.
Oh, yeah.
Not true. All right, so
I'm setting
Vader,
the
are you
timer.
ready?
Yes.
I didn't set the timer.
3, 2, 1.
In 3, 2, 1. What is your name?
Dominique Barrett,
Where were you born?
Chicago.
Do you like the place where you were born?
Love it. It's just cold.
What's your hobby?
Like to film and draw and dance.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Pizza or burger?
Pizza.
Goku or Naruto?
Go Naruto.
Naruto or Darth Vader?
Naruto.
Do you play sports?
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
Basketball, track.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
LeBron.
Do you play games?
Yes.
What's your favorite game?
GTA 5, forget it.
Well, what's your dream? What's one thing you want to achieve?
I want to be the greatest director in my generation.
Would you rather direct in a Marvel film or DC film or an anime?
A Marvel film that is like an anime.
What would you do if someone gave you $1 million right now?
I'd make one of the greatest films ever and create one of the greatest studio films ever.
Would you rather be able to see the past or see the future?
The future.
What's your favorite Netflix show?
Netflix Dreams.
Well, what's your favorite food?
Shrimp. I like shrimp.
What did you want to be when you were younger?
Time's up.
What was that, like 97?
I think it was 100. You got all right. Last question. I know this doesn't count. How many questions do you think you could answer?
How many questions do I think I did answer?
I
don't know. What was that? Maybe like 12, maybe? I don't know.
You actually answered 19. So you actually are pretty close. You said 90, so it's 19.
You know what I'm saying? Let's switch
for Vader.
The 9 and the 1 around, and we,
You're
91.
getting a pretty good score. Yeah. Yeah. But
I actually liked your answer where you said that you wanted to make a Marvel movie. It's sort of like an anime. I mean, that's actually an amazing idea.
There's gonna be a lot of screaming and face-offs.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of screaming and face-offs.
So Goku's gonna
be fun.
battle with Captain America. We
No?
never know.
It's gonna be one of the
Maybe
greatest
with
things I've ever
Captain
seen.
America.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Kind of think of
Yeah,
anime though,
absolutely.
because like even if people don't watch anime, some people don't watch animes. One thing anime would just that we've all watched. For example, I don't really watch much animes, but I've watched Dragon Ball Z, and it's Dragon Ball Z is like a huge part of my childhood. I mean,
Watching
super
Dragon Ball
nice.
Z as a kid was 100% like it was a kid's fantasy, like screaming, power levels, beams, rocks
Yeah.
floating. It was epic. So my child brain couldn't even comprehend what was happening.
We also had, we used to wet our hair and make it a bit like
It's
slimy,
Yeah,
so
you
that
know?
we had Super
that
Saiyan
was
hair.
the thing.
Yes,
That was
sir.
so good. Yeah, and also my favorite sound was the sound when they used to power up and Goku screamed, and that simultaneously was just that was too much for my child brain to bear. Maybe it's
Exactly.
still now. You're teenagers. It's still a huge thing
Hey,
for
well,
us.
if you're
That
trying to
Super
get back
Saiyan
into it,
transformation, like Frieza, like seems like yesterday. It's such a
Exactly.
memorable moment in our lives.
one of the most iconic moments of the first
Yeah,
Super Saiyan.
absolutely.
Hey, if y'all trying to get back into it, I made a Dragon Ball Super film last year. Hood Dragon Ball Super Part 2.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be doing Part 3 soon. And that one's gonna
Oh
be
wow! I like how you've got everything planned out. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
we're going to do this and this and
Got to,
amazing,
man.
amazing.
A
got
big
to.
2022 coming up for King Vader.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
inshallah.
100%.
Amazing. Now we'll move on to our next guest, which is the last part of the show. And sadly, we've had a lot of fun talking to you, but let's just end it with a banger, hopefully. And I know we know, pretty much anybody who knows King Vader knows that you love anime. It's
Yes, sir.
your way of expressing yourself on the screen, and one of the best ways was through animes, right? Be it Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. So let's test your anime knowledge. Oh my god, is that Goku?
Goku.
Oh wow,
Keep the
that's
drip. Keep the Dragon Ball.
that's a very cool detail though, like
Yeah.
the Dragon Ball on top.
I really
Amazing.
like it.
All right, so our next segment is can get Vader guess the anime. All right, it's simple, Vader. We'll put up distorted, hazy versions of the anime posters. You guess it. It's as simple as that.
I bet. Sounds simple.
All right,
I got
Farzan.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time doing it.
We
It's
got
our
this.
first time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this. Vader.
Oh.
Okay.
First question is, what is this anime?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh my
Man, you
God.
didn't even take a moment to think.
Oh my God.
Don't
It is
don't
correct.
get the next question yet. But
Okay.
wow. Let's go.
What about
Answer
this
this. Let's answer this.
Demon Slayer.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I
This
mean,
is how you identify an expert, man. Okay, the
I
last
don't
and
think I'd
final
be able to understand.
I have two
Yeah.
guesses for this one.
All right, let's go with the.
This is either
Yeah, let's.
Attack on Titan or Black Clover.
Which
Or
one
I'm
do you
wrong.
think?
Well, which one is it?
Uh,
Let's test you.
Yeah.
You take a while. To think.
I don't even know. I'm gonna say Black Clover.
Is that your
Probably wrong.
final answer?
Yeah.
Sorry to say, it's actually wrong. It's, I guess, sorry for if I pronounce it pretty. It's Mushoku Tensei.
Oh yeah, never seen that one. So
Oh
it's,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
GG from
It's
the
probably-
beginning.
Yeah, but you got two right, and you were like on the streak.
Yeah,
you
I
didn't have
mean-
to think. That's like
Absolutely.
amazing. All right, with that
Applause.
segment, it's time for dinner. So with Team Vader and I will all leave you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Let's start looking Vader. Vader, thank you for being here. After all these months, we've finally been able to get you to share this dinner table with you on our variety show.
Sir.
Thank you. We hope you do amazing. Continue to blow us away with your, Netflix streams or the Dragon Ball Z or Naruto 3. The next episode. I'm sorry, it's not Naruto 3. Next ones that are about to come.
Thank you.
And Ferdinand, do you have something to add?
I think subscribe to our channel, and King Vader, if you could just tell everybody to watch our video, it will mean so much.
100%. Yeah. Once you guys cut everything together and shoot it to me, 100% got you. I had a blast. I had fun. Thank you guys so much. This honestly made my entire night. This is great.
Thank you, man.
Thank you
you
guys
We
so
are
much.
grateful.
man.
This is fun. This is a blast.
That was like, that's like the only thing that, you know, because we did the, and we'll talk about this in a few minutes later, no worries. And thank you guys for watching and for thinking. I don't know how long this episode has been, but if you have been this long, it means a lot. The fact that you thought we are precious enough to give some of your time to it. If you made it to this end, check out King Vader, of course. That's number one. That's something that you definitely should do. The man puts in a lot of work, and it's truly an inspiration for a lot of you filmmakers out there that do want to, you know, start. Because if you don't start, you don't know what's coming next. So do start, right? And without editing, have a great night, day, wherever you are. I think it's day, night, in different parts of the world. And keep on checking Dinner Convo's content and spread positivity. Sheesh.